Hello, everyone, and welcome back to season 2 of Everything Bitside from a Bitsian. Um, you can see that I'm in a new location. I'm still setting up here. I've recently moved back home, so if there are any issues with the audio or video, please excuse that for now. In the upcoming videos, I will try to fix that as much as possible. But since this is a little bit time sensitive, so I am preferring to make a video quicker rather than later, even though it might not be to the best of standards. But the content is not compromised on, so I worked on that part. So yes, to begin with, the main thing that we are discussing today is how to come up with a preference order for your BITSAT or even for other institutes like IITs and all once you start their counseling process. So this is not for a college to college comparison like the same branch in BITS versus same branch in IIT or among the BITS campuses even. This is just to let you know that what branch would basically suit you the most or what would you be more inclined to study. Those that is the only thing that we'll be focusing on right now, because that is the first step in the iteration process, that you have to fill a preference order for the branches among college, so that you can decide later that which college you want to join after you attend the counseling sessions of most of after you're done with the counselings of the other institutes as well. Then these other like institute flexibility that BITS offers or the fees of the different colleges, those factors come a bit later. But right now, just specific to one college, one campus, what should the branch order be? So let's get started. So the first step here is to be very thorough in your research. How to do this research? Let me just tell you. So you should go through something which we call SEM charts, which is semester charts for each stream. So I have linked the institute bulletin. It's a PDF document that BITS releases. The one I have linked is a bit old, but it was the latest one that I could find. So that is linked in the description, and you should straight away go to part 4. Now you suppose you want to look up the how what are the things that they teach in the electronic stream or IEEE as we call it. So then you can go and check what are the topics there, and you can go to Wikipedia and read about those topics. You can completely ignore the complex math, all the very advanced theory and all, but just skim through the basic parts, understand the introduction, get a basic feel for what are the kind of problems that are in that domain, and would you be interested in solving the problems in that domain. And initially this would seem like a lot to do, but there are only so many number of branches, and you can just quickly skim through, get a basic feel, and that should be enough for this exercise. So just to show you an example, let's say these are the same charts. So I am looking at the semester wise pattern for electrical and electronics. Suppose I want to learn about what is covered in analog electronics, so I can just go and Wikipedia it. I can read about the basics, like what is this course about, what is this topic about, and in that way you can gauge your interest in the topics and ultimately in the stream or branch. So what are the challenges? As you can see, precision, design, difficulty, all those things you can check, and then you can go to related reads and also what's an analog computer. You can see all these things. You can read more, get a good idea, good grasp, like whether you are finding this interesting or this is just something that you won't care about much. So going back here, then once you are done with this theory part of research, you should try to speak to graduates or at least very much senior students of that field, for example in their final year or pre-final year. um, and if both of these things are not possible, at least try to read about what the life of a professional in that field is like. For example, a CS job would be very very different from a mech job. I'm not saying one is better than the other, they are just different, and everybody has different preferences. So you should speak to people or read about their experiences, about what it is like to work in the different fields, what kind of jobs are there, what kind of challenges are there, are you okay with those kind of challenges, and is that a lifestyle that you want to have. All those things that can that these things you can find out by talking to people who have experience in the field. This particular exercise is important because a branch is not just something that you will study for 4 or 5 years. That would Your branch will most likely decide what your day-to-day schedule would look like, what kind of work, what kind of challenges, what kind of problems you face for the further years that you continue to work in that field after your placements and all those things. So, and the step three, and probably the most important step, is know your own self, know your own priorities. So there are some people who are very much clear from the get-go that they are interested in a particular startup, or they want to write government exams. And I'm not talking about those people who have a fascination or just know about these ideas that okay, startup is an option. I'm talking about people who have either who have this complete understanding that what it means to go for a startup, and they have they have researched it, they have thought it through, and not just have this fancy idea of a very glamorous life, a very fast lane life, and all those things. You have to understand the risks, you have to understand the financial implications, you have to have a plan, you have to have an idea, all those things, not just doing a startup just for doing a startup. So if you are one of those well informed people, then let's take the example of a startup. So if you are a person who knows that he wants to start up but does not have a particular idea, in those cases maybe your branch could incline more towards CS, because simply because the ease of coming up with new startup ideas in the field. First of all, a lot of, like, everything is kind of being shifted towards that augmented reality, virtual reality, all those things are coming, and innovation is mostly being driven by CS and IT. That's what I feel. Apart from that, it's very easy to come up with a prototype. Like, you don't need any initial funding, or at least a large amount of initial funding. You can just code an application on your laptop, and you are ready with a prototype which you can demo. So those kind of things are there. So such kind of strengths will be there for each branch. And suppose if you have already have a specific idea, then maybe you can choose something which is more closely inclined to that idea. For example, you want to design defensive military gear, so maybe then CS will not be the best choice. Maybe you need something which has the components of material science, and so maybe mechanical engineering or something like that could be more towards your preferences. Also, there are financial and placement related considerations that can be done, but that should not be too much of a priority unless there are some exceptional kind of cases that the financial background is too weak. And in those cases, maybe because the situation of placements is not really uniform across streams, so initial starting pay would be different, even though later on it might get normalized or whatever. But that is also not a guarantee. But even at the initial stages, like, if you need money quickly, then maybe certain branches will not suit that purpose. Even though you might be interested in them, you might have to sidetrack your interest in favor of that point. So those are very deeply personal conversations, and I can't really have that. But the main idea is that you should know yourself, know your priorities, know your own situation. That will help you in coming up with a list. So now you have a general idea of each field, you have a general idea of the kind of job prospects or the startup prospects, or how hectic it will be alongside a government exam preparation, all those things. So this should help you make a preference list. And these fields in themselves, like computer science and mechanical engineering, they themselves are so different from each other that even just like the first exercise that you've done, the first step, which is just having a very brief kind of overview feel of the subject, that itself will give you some sort of an idea. It will give you some inclination, because just because they are so different, that what you want to do. What you should not do, is, first of all, don't rush to fill preferences. There is a deadline, there is time before the deadline. If there are 15 days, take 12 days at least to educate yourself about the process of iteration, about the dual degree system, about the campus wise differences. There are videos on this channel for those, but you can refer anywhere you want. That should be fine. Once you do that, also don't wait till the very last moment, like, because there can be server issues and all those things. Internet might go down, all those things. So keep a healthy buffer of 2 3 days. Don't wait till the last moment, but don't rush to fill them either. Make well informed decisions, and make yourself aware of as many things as possible. Apart from that, don't ask others to make a list for you. I have seen a lot of people who just approach seniors by saying that I have got some 312 marks in BITSAT, what is the best option for me? So you have been putting so much effort till now, in 2 years, 3 years, or however many years you have been working for this, and now you are just giving away the main part of that process to some stranger. So don't do that. Educate yourself, and then make your own decisions. You make your own preference list. Also, never ever consider the previous cutoffs, the trend of previous cutoffs, and your score while you are deciding your preferences. There is no harm in expecting miracles. Even if you have 280 score, fill Pilani CS if that is what you want. There is no harm in expecting miracles. Just fill the preferences exactly in the order that you want them, because there is no freeze float kind of option in BITS counseling. And also, do not take a branch. Say if you want computer science, then just don't settle for, I would say, just don't think of taking civil just because you would like to take a transfer to computer science. So all these things should not be a part of your preference filling decision making. So the only thing that you should consider is your priorities, your research, and your overall liking of those fields. Do not think about cutoffs, do not think about your own score, and do not let others make that choice for you. So that is about it. And I generally do not pitch my own videos this strongly, but I have one specific video which is top 7 things that you need to do before you fill your preferences. I would strongly urge you to watch that, because that can save you a lot of regret in your preference filling process. Because I've seen many people making those mistakes, like they do not know that there is no freeze float option in BITS, like it is there in some other counselings like JEE and all those. So that option is not there. And the option to edit the preference list, all those things, those are not they might be a little bit different. So this, if you just watch that one video, it can save you a lot of regret. And as I said, you should be well informed about everything. You should take your own time. So please make sure that you go through that video. You will either see it in a card, or I will also put that in the description. So that's all I want to say for now. A lot of good content is coming. I I'm planning to do videos for the latest fee, some more placement related statistics, and some other fun stuff that I have planned. So I hope that now I will be able to upload a little bit more frequently now that BitSat season is close to over or about to be over. So yeah, I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye bye.